Greetings, Local 2627 sisters and brothers. Today is Monday, January 23rd. I hope everybody had a great weekend. And we have a new president in the White House right now, and I just would like to make a quick comment about that. If you notice that the demonstrations that went on in Washington and 700,000 people in New York City, I mean, and around the country and around the world are demonstrating. Now, this should be sending a message out to all our politicians. Now, the message to Trump, he doesn't care one way or another, as you can see, because he still makes up stuff. You look and see two photos of on Inauguration Day from the last president and from him, and it's obvious that the whole center area is completely empty, but Trump is going to say he had more people. I mean, he still makes up stuff, he still lies, and he lies out in your face like we're a bunch of idiots. He says this stuff right in front of you when you see the evidence right in front of you. So it's a good thing that our people went out there and the people demonstrated, because this is sending a message to our politicians that we're not going to tolerate this type of stuff. Because how could he win the Electoral College when the people in the Electoral College are supposed to be doing the will of the people? So obviously they weren't, because the popular vote was bigger than the electoral vote. He wouldn't be president right now. So now my point is, all right, you're president, then do what you're supposed to do as president. I mean, we live in a democratic society. We live in the U.S., and, you know, there's supposed to be a smooth change of power. Now, let's make him do what he's supposed to do, because he's there now. Okay, moving right along. CUNY payout dates. The senior colleges should have gotten paid out last week, and I hope they use their money wisely. I mean, just because you get a big payout, big cash, you just go and just start spending money on cars and stuff like that. Think about your future. You should have been taking probably the majority of that money and putting it in a TDA, because you've got, you know, a TDA is a tax deferred annuity, because you know that you were accustomed to living off the amount of money you were living off of. So I mean, you could your pay went up, so now you make that adjustment, but you were already living off the money that you've been making for 7 years. So to go out and get that car or that fur coat and whatnot is kind of, you know what? Look after your future. The community college will be getting paid on the 27th, and the same message, because I'm talking to CUNY. I'm talking to anybody who gets a contract and gets a big payout. Don't just start going out buying stuff. Think about what you're doing. Think about the opportunity that you have ahead of you. Get some education. I mean, things like that. This is important. Another thing, when you talk about education, part-time employees that go to DC 37 to get education reimbursement do not get it. DC 37 will not give you education reimbursement if you're a part-timer. Now, CUNY has this thing making people 32-hour employees, and this kind of like makes you a part-timer. So there's some benefits that you don't get. But I just want to make everybody aware, and this is whether you're CUNY or any other agency. If you're a part-timer, you pay dues to 2627. We're going to give you the education reimbursement up to $800. We have different rules than DC 37 has. If you're paying dues to us, you qualify for education reimbursement, tuition reimbursement like everybody else. You qualify for the $800 that 2627 gives out. The other thing I want to make sure that you're aware of is retirement counseling. Retirement counseling. Do not just go turn in your papers without talking to people in health and security pension area and find out what you need to do. You need to make sure that you don't have hiccups in your health insurance and things like that. And it would also be advisable to make an appointment with the Social Security, because Social Security will let you walk into their office on an appointment and sit down one-on-one with a Social Security agent and give you all the information that you need so you'll know what to do when you retire. This stuff is critical. Don't take it light. Don't get mad because you have the time and just say, oh, I'm leaving. Make sure you talk to people. And one of the biggest mistakes that people make that retire is they have debts. They have mortgages. They have car payments. They have Macy's card, Sears card, whatever. And then when they retire, their income is not quite what it was when they were working, and now they're struggling. So they call back to the office and saying, how do they get their job back? It's too late. It's too late. And that's why it's important that you have retirement counseling before you leave. Now, you should do this at least a minimum of 6 months before you plan on retiring. You should start talking to people and have your retirement plan. because you will not be able to generate income unless you go work as a greeter in Whole Food or Walmart or Home Depot or something like that. So keep that in mind. Good mall fair this week. We have a good mall fair with from Parks Department, Jose Rodriguez. They just had a new baby girl. Congratulations to them. Until I talk to you next week. And remember what I said, this whole thing about getting out the demonstration, and this is what I try to get the union members to do. This is exactly what I try to get the union members to do. Get involved. The same way they demonstrated all over the country and around the world about what's happening with this, we need to get involved. When we have a Labor Day parade and we have 61 people and people saying we had a big crowd, out of 5,500 people, 61 people is not a big crowd. We have the same problem with our general membership meetings. People complain they don't get this, what the union does for them, but they don't get involved until they have a problem. In solidarity, this is Robert Ajay.